Hi, everyone, and welcome to Gehenna Gaming. We are doing a horror one shot for tonight for Juneteenth, and we are also raising funds for the London Community United Against Hate. Um, so, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. So, tonight, I am going to be GMing a world that I kind of just built called Alma, and it is the town of the Golden King. And I am joined here with some lovely people to help me make that happen. And I appreciate all of you coming in and taking the time to play. With that being said, let's do some introductions. Go ahead and say who you are, your pronouns, what character you will be playing, and where people can find you. So let's go ahead and start with Rocks.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rox. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Rox the Wizard. Tonight, I will be playing Hendrix Atkins. Both of our pronouns are he, him.
Awesome. And then let's go with Tenny.
Hello, I'm Tenny. You can find me at it's Tenny with two Y's at the end of it on Twitter or Twitch. And I'll be playing Amara tonight. And her pronouns are she, her, as well as mine.
And last but not least, we have Werewolf.
Hello, my name is Noodin Ali, but yes, you can call me Werewolf because you might know me as at Werewolf Feels on the Twitter. I write for TTRPGs. I do various amounts of things, but also Monster Hearts Mondays. I play Neil. I'm excited to do something else on this channel.
Cool. Okay. And I guess my name is my name is Brito. You can find me on Twitter at Brito underscore, and you can also find me on Twitch too. I do a lot of streaming, I do GMing, and I don't know, I do a lot. I play scary video games mostly, and I world build and I do all that great stuff. And my pronouns are she, they. So, without further ado, let's get started. Um, Before we begin, I just want everyone to know that we will be playing the Fear Itself system, which literally only requires a d6. I really like this system because it focuses more on the story and it focuses more on the choices of the characters and how the players shift and move in the world. And this is my first time playing it as well. So I am really excited. I might mess up a few times, but like we're here to learn, we're here to have fun. So that's all that matters. Um, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we begin in the small, quaint town of Alma, the town of the Golden King, a place where gold is said to be thousands of feet deep, having been put there by the god Midas himself. That's just speculation, though, and in fact, some of the townspeople think that it's utter bullshit, and all of these cheap stories to confine people within the walls of this place. And Alma is all some have ever known in their lives, and it's been a safe haven for believers and even non believers, with the exception of you three. You all have been in Alma since a young age, and you've known this town to be full of secrets. And whether they are good or bad is up to your discretion. And it's about that time of year again, the time for another passing. And this time it is your best friend, Angelo's. And Angelo Withers is the son of the governess that runs Alma. Kasim, you are sitting in the library with a book out on the dark and scratched up oak table that sits amongst 10 other identical ones. Um, you have been reading a passage of this book for about a couple hours now, and you've read it at least 10 times within the past. This is kind of your safe haven, and this is a place where you know familiarity and safety. And in fact, this morning kind of feels off. It's eerily quiet, it's not as bustling as it usually is, and it's almost mundane. And of course it is. It's the day before the passing of your best friend. The smell of old worn books is comfort for you, away from the thoughts about anything that happens within Alma, things that you want to get away from. And speckled around the building are timeless antiques, the ones that you helped the librarian curate in your spare time. It's a sanctuary. So, what exactly does Kasim look like? And what would he be reading right now?
Kasim Givrani, his pronouns are he, him, is a stick thin young brown man with like a mop of very curly brownish hair. Uh, what's funny about it, he's already going gray. So there's already a salt and pepper aspect going on, and he's constantly like pushing his glasses up his broken nose.
Uh-huh.
Right now, he is reading about the history of some far off place, anything to escape the realities of the situation that is now facing him.
Mm.
He's been close friends with Angela since forever, and the very thought of something like this, especially considering what happened to Angela's brother, is terrifying.
Mm.
Might as well immerse myself in stories from other places, in traditions from other places, to just forget of what awaits us.
Okay. Um, like I said, you're kind of immersed within these words. And everything around you is sort of muted, and you find solace within what you're reading. But that's when you're shaken out of your thoughts by a presence sitting across from you, and you look up to see Angelo staring at you with his deep brown eyes. His brown skin has a sheen of sweat covering it, causing the fluorescent lights of the library to kind of dimly reflect off of him. And he turns the chair around and sits across from you, trying his hardest to not look like anything but okay. Um, so he takes a moment, and you can tell that he's kind of trying to gather his words. Hey, I I knew I'd find you here. I just wanted to talk. So what are you reading?
Um, Nothing important. I would. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure? Because in your situation, I don't think I'd be okay.
I said I'm fine. Um, so okay, hypothetically speaking, if I weren't okay,
Yeah.
what exactly would you say to me to make it seem like everything's gonna be okay?
Well, hypothetically, if you were hypothetically not okay, or someone in your
Hypothetically,
position
yeah.
who I've known for a very long time, hypothetically speaking,
Mm.
I would probably say that I can't promise things will be okay, but you don't have to go through it alone. Because the worst thing you can do when you're, hypothetically speaking, not okay is to bottle it up, because then it just gets worse. Also, unhypothetically speaking, Angela, I've known you for how many years now? You do this all the time.
Okay, you didn't have to, read me to filth, but okay. Uh, I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't. And you know what? Let's not talk about that. Let's pretend like we're running away. All right. If we were to run away, like the four of us, and we were to go somewhere, where would you want to go?
Right, the four of us. I don't know. The world outside is just, it's also strange.
But you don't know that though. You've never been
That's my
outside of
point.
here.
It's new. It's different. I would just pick a direction and keep running.
Yeah. But I mean, what if someone is kind of always watching you, you know?
I place one hand on top of Angelo's, and I, even if he kind of tries to move it, I hold it firm. Let him watch. I'm not that interesting.
Angelo kind of blushes and he just kind of takes a moment to process that you're actually holding his hand in public where everyone can see. Um, but he looks down at the both of your hands. Thank you. Um, we need to probably go find the others. It's starting to get dark, and we said that we'd meet at the Grove before tomorrow. And for context, the Grove is kind of like a secret spot that the four of you have been going to ever since you were kids. It's kind of a home away from home. You spend hours there talking about anything and everything, and it's just a place where nobody really knows about, and it's sort of protected. Um,
Right, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this, and I pull out a small notebook that's been hand bound.
mhm.
And inside the first cover is a pressed flower from the Grove, so you can keep it with you wherever you want.
Are you dying or something? Like, why are you being so nice to, like, why are you giving me things?
I just, I like you, and I'm scared, and I'm worried about you.
You don't have to be worried about me. I mean, I'm always okay.
You're the closest thing I have to family left. I'm always going to worry about you. Right, we should get going.
Okay. So he takes the journal and he kind of puts it in his back pocket. And you two go ahead and stand up and uh, you all leave the library. So, Hendrix, you are sitting at the local bar with a small glass of dark liquid in front of you. Your energy is probably as low as the floor, if not lower, considering that you've spent all of your energy at the audition that you just came from. Um, and this audition was different because it was potentially your key out of Alma, considering that it was someone who came from the outside. Um, but unfortunately, it did not go well. So you find yourself amongst your favorite bartender and alcohol. And yes, it's the bartender that you happen to be sleeping with. A tall young man walks over to you to set another freshly chilled drink in front of you, and you look down to see that it's water. With a small grin, Faye looks at you with concern almost. A white rag is resting over one of his shoulders, and his dark hair has fallen into his green eyes, and he slides a pale hand over to yours, barely touching his fingertips to yours.
You know, if you weren't so cute, I'd only be insulted by the fact that you brought me water.
I'm bringing you water because this is probably your third one since you've been here.
You're lucky it's not my 10th. I've had a rough day. The only thing I need right now is a little liquid encouragement.
Yeah, you can find encouragement in this water. And he just like pushes it closer to you.
And I'm going to push it back. Why the water when I can find encouragement from you?
I'm working.
You're always working. When are you going to work me?
I have a break in like 20 minutes, okay? Can you wait
20
20 minutes?
minutes? I told you I just had a rough day and you want me to wait
Hendrix.
20 minutes?
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I have nothing to talk about. The only thing I want to talk about is how I'm still here in this bar, drinking with you, which is not bad, but if I could be elsewhere that is not in this town, that would be preferred.
I understand.
Do you?
But more than you think I do. You think I just like coming here every single day, doing the exact same thing, sitting in the exact same position across from the exact same person that is, telling me to, fuck them during my shift?
Where do you plan on going then? Because if we're going to continue this, I need to know you have a future.
A future? Wait. Uh and he kind of shies away from you. This is just for fun, right?
Oh, I did not mean a future with me. I meant a future in general. One where you make lots of money and get to go out on the town and party every night because you have the money to. You can buy cars, houses, pools, pool boys, anything that's not a
Look
bar
around
in this
and
small
see
town.
but look around and see what Alma is. There's literally nothing to do here. And honestly, I don't have money to go anywhere else.
You don't need money, you need dreams. I have dreams, which is why I'm going to get out of here eventually.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about it?
I don't need to talk about it with you. You're just a hookup, remember?
I'm also a friend too. Come on.
A friend that gives me water and not
Because I
another
care
whiskey.
about your well-being.
So do I. So will the rest of the world. I just gotta get there first.
Okay, Hendrix. What do you want, the same thing or do you want something different?
Whiskey on the rocks. Thank you.
And he goes and he basically just turns around because all of the drinks are like just right behind him. And he speaks up. I saw Mother Gail in here last night.
What was she doing in here?
Uh, looking for her son, actually.
Ugh, what a cutie.
Yeah, but I mean, that kid is scared shitless about tomorrow, so.
He's always been scared. Lives in fear. Shouldn't
And
be.
he sets the drink in front of you. Yeah, I feel bad for him, and I hope he actually comes back this time,
I think he will. I have confidence in him. I may be mean sometimes, but
Sometimes.
the boy gets it done. So I know he'll come back just fine.
What do you think about all this? The following and the religion and bullshit. What do you think about it?
I think if you let it happen, it happens. If you get out before it, you have nothing to worry about. He's only going through it because he's stuck here, just like everybody else. I don't really care about it. I just know I'm not going through it.
I mean, I think it's bullshit. It's a fucking cult. That's what it is. But
what can you do? If you're here, you go through it.
Yeah, you do. And as he says that, you hear the door open and you see Angelo and Kasim walk in. And Angelo kind of gives you a wave, and Faye looks over and sees Angelo, and he's like, "I'm gonna go to the back."
Did you want me to follow?
No,
Okay,
have about 10 more minutes.
make it 15, just in case.
Okay. And he goes to the back, and Kasim and Angelo walk up to you. Hey, so how was your audition?
I touch him on the shoulder. Good, good. How are you feeling? Hi, Kasim. It's nice to see you again.
Hi.
I'm feeling okay.
That's good. Are you scared about what's happening?
Scared? No.
I'm
not scared.
terrified. I'm terrified. I could really use the moral and emotional support right now if you've got it. Because I'm the one out of us who is very scared.
Would you like a drink?
I don't drink.
Would you like a water? I've got one right here for you. I knew you were coming.
Right. Yeah. I'm the one. I'm the one who needs emotional support right now. Me. I'm scared.
Oh. Are you okay? What?
Nothing.
Oh.
I'll take that water.
Oh.
I just shut myself up by drinking as much. I feel like there's a pitcher there too. So the moment one glass is done, there's another glass being filled.
Am I missing something?
Nope, nothing.
I'm okay, fine. I'm the one who's scared shitless. Okay. Do you know that I didn't sleep last night? I didn't sleep at all. And that's probably why I have like so much like energy going on and I don't know what to do with it except for just, hang out with my friends. And that's what I'm doing to try and distract myself.
Well, we're here for you if you need anything.
You know, when you're about to cry, you want to, but you can't, and then like suddenly it goes from that to maniacal laughing to sobbing to back to what I am right now. That's what's happening right now, Hendrix. I don't know what to do. I don't.
Would you like a drink? And I just hold the glass of whiskey up to him.
Sure.
Sip away. By the way, your mother was in here looking for you the other day. Did you know what she wanted?
When?
Yesterday.
Wait, she was here?
That's what I heard. I wasn't here, but that's what I heard through the grapevine.
I don't know. I don't know why she would be looking. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because I mean I'm gonna see her later anyway. So yeah. How'd your audition go?
I do not want to talk about it. Just know if the audition went well, I would not be here right now, drinking my sorrows away.
Bad?
Yes, as always. But I've always got the next one.
Do you want a hug?
No, not necessary. I've got, and I look behind me towards where Faye went, friends who will comfort me.
You could just like get together with him if you are into that sort of thing.
No, I don't do that. If you mean the long term, I don't do that. I won't
Well,
be
I
here
mean,
long
like-
term, so
I mean, like you both have known each other for a very long time, and I know how hard it is to say that you have feelings for someone. So, I mean, why not just do it?
because I don't have feelings for him.
But hypothetically speaking, if you did have feelings for him, how would you say it?
I like you. Would you like to go out on a date?
That's it. There's like nothing special to it.
Not really. Not if you don't want there to be.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Hypothetically,
You will.
Hypothetically?
Hy- hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if you were to say that same thing to a specific person,
hmm
who would it be?
Hypothetically.
Yes, of course.
Uh, It's this person that I've known for a very long time. They they look the best when they're at the library reading something. Um, Especially when the sun comes through the window and it like hits them in the right angle. Um, they've always been there for me. They they're the only person in this town that like deals with me. Is that person.
Seem looks like a deer in headlights. A terrified little deer.
Well, hypothetically, if you needed help asking this person out, I'd be willing to help you. Just let me know.
I mean, if I make it through tomorrow, sure.
Wait, hold up. Why are we waiting until tomorrow? Just say it. God, say it.
We have to go, and we're gonna be late going to see Amara. Let's go.
I
That's
like
what I
you
had to say.
too.
What?
I like you too.
Hendrix?
I don't think. No, not me. Not me.
I, Cassim, like you, Angelo, too, in a romantic context. And I've been trying to say that for the past 3 years. So,
We should probably go. And he turns around and he walks out of the bar.
I'm sure he was just left speechless. That's all. Yeah, we should probably go. Sorry. And I start following.
So, Amara, um, you look up from your notepad to catch a glimpse of the park that you're sitting in, and it's a very tiny little park considering that Alma's not that big. And you sit here quite frequently. People are walking and talking amongst themselves, and some are laughing, others are in deep thought or conversation. And you wonder how they can go so casually considering that it's the eve of another passing. Um, could you make a history roll for me?
Six.
Ooh,
I know,
yes.
yeah.
Yes. um, you are the only one that knows that this is the first passing to happen ever since Wade Withers disappeared. So for the past 3 years or so, there haven't been any passings. And with the passing, it's one of those things where a lot of it happens behind closed doors. So people may or may not know, but this is like the first one where the entire town knows that it's going to happen. Like it's going to be a huge ordeal. Um, and it's huge to know this, considering how secretive everyone is. So as you think about that, you find yourself kind of continuously looking over to the temple that's like sort of in the middle of the square that is Alma. You're just wondering what goes on behind closed doors. And you scribble down some things in your notepad that pertain to what's going on tomorrow, just the basic things that you know about the passing, speculations that you've heard around town. Um, what exactly would she be writing in this moment?
I think she'd definitely be writing. She'd be taking the opportunity to in this moment to kind of use this as a journal as well. Like when she does take notes, and she's kind of people watching, especially in the park, she'll kind of use that time to also jot down her thoughts. So I think this will definitely trigger a few things where it comes to when it comes to her friend, um, and just all of her thoughts about the passing. She's very skeptical about it, but I don't know. I think she'd just be kind of writing down all the facts that she can web together, but also on the side, she'd probably be writing just how worried she is about this and how worried she is for Angelo, knowing what she knows.
Okay. Um, so yeah, you're writing all of your thoughts down, and it seems like a common theme for the day is everyone's worried. Um, Everyone is kind of not anxious, but just worried about the well-being of Alma more so than Angelo, and that kind of bugs you a little bit because it seems as if you four are the only ones that care about his well-being, or you three, sorry, care about his well-being. Everyone else is sort of like, is this going to go well? Are we going to please Midas? Are we going to make it through another day if we please Midas in the correct way? Things like that. um but then suddenly you feel the world kind of come to a standstill, and you look up from your notepad to see that everyone has stopped moving in the park and they're all staring directly at you. One of them points a finger at you and they scream, "It was you. It was you." And then suddenly all of these other voices start coming in almost a cacophony, and they're yelling and they're shouting, "It was you." Can you make a stability roll for me?
Mhm. We got a 1.
I mean, you can add some points to it. The difficulty is probably 4.
4.
Mhm.
Let's add some points. Okay, so you add points after the roll, basically. So you can add like 3 to get up to 4, or is that the case?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and do that if that's cool.
Okay. So, although this is unsettling to you, you still manage to stay grounded, and you kind of breathe through it, and you realize that this is probably just some sort of response to what you've done. This is probably just some sort of daydream, or maybe it's just like something is messing with you, but otherwise, you're like, this is not real. This is not real. This is not real. And this isn't the first time this has happened to you since you did the thing that you did. Um, it comes and goes in waves, the guilt that you may feel, but it was nothing compared to this. And they keep screaming and they keep screaming, but then suddenly you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you look up and you find Angelo looking down at you. Hey, are you okay?
Has everything kind of chilled out when I look back up at him? Okay.
Yep, everything is back to normal as soon as he touches you.
Angelo, how are you doing?
How are you doing? You look kind of shaken.
Just a little strung out. I've been writing a lot. She'll kind of
Yeah.
tap her notebook and just kind of like put her fingers on the bridge of her nose and just kind of readjust. And she'll stand up with him.
And you look behind him and you see Kasim and Hendrix coming up behind him. Um, Also, I completely forgot to do this, but Rox, can you describe what Hendrix looks like? I'm so sorry.
No, you're
It just
good. Sure.
hit me.
So Hendrix, he's about 5'11", brown skin. He has a fade. He wears a choker. He has a kind of like a long sleeve crop top that's black, and it has coffee rocks on it. And then he has black cut up jeans, and yeah, that's pretty much him.
Okay. And Amara, go ahead and describe yourself.
Mara Sawafiri is about 5'5". She's wearing she usually wears pretty modest clothing, but today she's wearing just sort of a purple sundress. Um, her hair goes about to her shoulders, dark brown, probably like around brownish blackish hair, and yeah, she's just kind of she's got the stature of she's leaned over too many books at night. She slouches a bit when she walks. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Amara trying not to look like all that just happened when we walk into the room?
Yeah, she's trying to keep it under wraps.
Well, so I've got an investigative ability called Notice, and the great thing about having an investigative ability is you don't even need to roll. The fact that
Ooh,
I've got it means that I just notice shit.
just no.
So yeah, I think I noticed that you're definitely hiding
Okay.
all the stuff that happened. Is there anything more I noticed about the situation, Bree?
You kind of notice in the background that there is still one person staring at her. That's about it.
I file that information away for later. You look like well, you look like you've seen a ghost. Or worse.
I feel like all of us are seeing ghosts today.
I don't think so. Or
Haven't seen any ghosts at all
I,
whatsoever.
I didn't mean actually.
Figurative ghosts.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
If I saw a ghost, I'd be out of this town.
Me too.
Are you sure you're okay?
That
It's
seems
just-
to be the question of the day.
It's just a tough day. Just a rough day.
I agree with that.
Are we going to sit around here and pretend like what happened last time didn't happen? Is that what we're doing?
You always have to, be so heavy about everything.
Wade went missing.
I know that. He's my brother.
Yeah, I know. But of course we're all freaked out. Of course we're checking if everyone else is okay, because bad shit has already happened to us. And this is not
To me. It's happened
Yeah.
to me. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. This is why I've been asking you if you're okay about 1 billion times, and why I don't put up with no for an answer. You're going to go through something terrible tomorrow. It's not easy, right?
It's not terrible. What if what I'm doing is helping everyone else? Then what?
They call it the Bloody Lane.
Okay, that's an exaggeration.
I hope so.
I don't want
I
you
just have to
going there.
walk. I just have to walk. I just have to walk like 2 miles and then come back. That's all I have to do.
You seriously think it's just a walk? It's just
It
it's just
is
a
a
pleasant
walk.
walk to enlightenment.
Yes. And it's for
As
the
everyone
betterment
knows.
of. Sorry, what'd you say?
As everyone knows, a rite of passage is a very simple thing that almost anyone can do from the age of 2. without thinking. Yeah.
Look, I understand that none of you believe in this shit. I get it. I get it. But the only thing that I'm focused on is helping others. And that's what this is going to allow me to do.
You know you can help others elsewhere. You don't have to go through this passing. We can always leave.
I have no choice. We can't just leave Alma. Otherwise, we would have done it already.
He's right.
My point is, you don't get to the point where you can help people. You don't get to the point where you can do something for community just by walking down a lightly reddish lane. Trials happen. Things happen. Do you really want to go through all that with an albatross around your neck, with trying to hide who you are, what you are, all the feelings you're feeling? Do you really want to go through that alone?
What was that again?
Said, I'll be fine. I don't have a choice. Can we go?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
So you all start walking out of the park, and Hendrix and Kasim, you kind of fall forward, go forward, and then Angelo and Amara kind of fall back from the two of you. Amara, I have a question.
Shoot.
If I give you something, will you make sure that it makes it to Kasim after tomorrow?
You could give it to him today.
I can't.
What's stopping you?
A lot. I don't want to feel more attached to anything than I already do before going into this thing.
That's no way to live. I know you're scared. We're all scared for you too. We don't know what awaits you at the end of that fucking lane.
Enlightenment, apparently.
Fuck enlightenment. But regardless, wouldn't you, if you're really going out, or whatever this is, if it's indoctrination, if it's a new life, if it's a better way of living, or if you're a martyr for a cause, don't you want to say what you want to say? What you really think to his face? I know you. You're not as coy as you think.
I never thought you were coy.
You need to tell him. Just talk to him.
I'll think about it.
If you really want me to.
Oh, go
Sorry.
ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
But that statement still stands. I still want you to give something to him.
If you really want me to deliver whatever it is, I'll do it.
Okay. But what were you going to say?
That's all. Just if you need me, I'm here.
All right. And it flashes up to Kasim and Hendrix. Kasim, could you... Let me check something really quick. Could you... Because I'm still trying to kind of understand the kind of psychic powers, like the medium powers and stuff.
Because I don't have any medium powers, I can't do anything with them.
I guess a history. Yeah, could you make a history check for me?
History is another one of those investigative abilities. I have history. So unless you want me to do something special with it, in which case I need to spend a point.
Gotcha. Okay. It's just to remember something.
I think then it's safe that I probably do remember it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. So when you looked over to kind of check your surroundings, when you checked on Amara, you noticed that the person that was staring at her looked eerily similar to Wade. Then again, you hadn't seen Wade in years, but in fact, they almost looked identical to Wade. I feel like the only thing that was off was that their skin was, it had like a paleness to it. They almost looked sickly. But they were staring basically daggers into Amara.
Great. Love that.
So you can either choose to keep that information to yourself, or you can share it with Hendrix now, or share it with the group later. It's up to you.
I think I'll keep it to myself because everyone's way too on edge as it is. So instead, I immediately start talking about the weather. Just incessantly. The sun was sunny today, huh? Clouds. Wind.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm great. I'm great. You know, things are clearly working out for me. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, except it's nighttime, so that's not happening. Do birds sing at night? Birds must sing at night. Owls exist, right? Have you ever seen an owl in person?
You know, I think that to get rid of those clouds that are putting a little shade over this sunny weather, you should have a little alone time with Angelo.
Oh God, not again. I can't do that again. I'm sorry.
Just to talk about what happened earlier. I really think you guys would benefit just from that alone time to kind of pick apart what you guys feel for each other. I feel bad the way it ended, and I think he was just nervous, but I really do think that he likes you back. But that is not for me to tell, so you need to talk to him and stop talking about the weather. Nobody cares.
You know, one of these days, the weather's going to turn dramatically, and you're going to want to talk about it, and I'm going to say nobody cares. That's going to happen.
If that happens, I'll throw you a parade. But I don't see that happening anytime soon, especially since we all have clouds over our heads. So I think that you should confront the problem that is in front of you now instead of running away from it.
I tried to confront it. I've tried to confront it multiple times. This is the first time I managed to say it out loud, but you think I haven't tried to say something like it before? And every single time he shuts me down. Now I'm seeing ghosts.
Ghost?
Shit.
What do you mean ghost?
I probably didn't see anything, okay? You know, I wear glasses. My eyes trick me sometimes.
Do they now?
Not usually, no.
So what ghost are your eyes tricking you to see?
Wade.
What do you mean? When? Where?
When we walked up to Amara, one person was looking at her. I didn't realize it to begin with. He was so pale, but it was Wade.
Why didn't you say that while we were there? We should go back. That might have actually been Wade.
I didn't realize until now. I literally did not realize until now. And I wasn't going to say anything because, one, that is like bordering on, you know, needing medication. And two, everyone's going through a lot and things are really tense. And barn owls are great.
Oh gosh, but Wade, it'd be so nice to see him again. He was cute, and I wonder what happened to him. I'm pretty sure Angelo misses him. So if you see a ghost again, be sure to tell us, because
Hendrix, how are you always so focused on how attractive someone is?
what else do I have to be focused on?
Conversation?
The conversation comes easy. Got to get to the looks first.
Must be damn
Myself.
nice.
It hasn't gotten me anywhere, and I won't look for a full-time relationship until I get out of this place. I don't need a relationship with anybody here because I don't plan on staying here. But you can have a relationship here, since you obviously want to be stuck in this town and go through the same passages as everybody else, with somebody who is terrified for tomorrow, and you should be comforting right now.
I think at this point I stopped listening to Hendrix, but I do have a question because I'm also one of my investigative abilities is also occult studies.
Mhm.
Bree, from my studies, and I'll spend a point if I need to. Do ghosts exist?
Mhm.
Shit,
100%.
great,
Mhm.
love that. If you see anything weird, just I'll relay information to you if you relay information to me, and we won't tell the others. There's no need to freak them out until we know more.
Sure, whatever you want. I won't pinky promise on it, but sure.
We're standing in front of them. If we pinky promised right now, it would look very suspicious.
And he holds up his pinky.
And
You said you wanted a pinky promise?
And Angelo, Angelo like turns from the very intimate, sad conversation he's having with Amara and looks up and sees this pinky promise. And he's like, what is happening?
It wasn't about you, I promise. And then I wink at him.
It was a bet that one day Hendrix will notice the weather changing in a dramatic way and will confront me about it. And should that day happen, I will say no, and Hendrix will throw me a parade.
That's exactly what it was about. And another wink.
Whenever he does that, he's telling the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. He said some really weird shit. I mean, yes, absolutely. You're right.
Yes. Hmm.
Full honest truth. Where are we going right now?
The Grove.
Yeah. You all are coming up on the Grove, and it is like in like a wooded area on the outskirts of Alma, so it's not too far from the park, but it's in the forest. It's a little further in, and it's like a sitting area that you all just kind of stumbled upon one day. There's like a couple of stones there that you can sit down on, and the trees are pretty tall. I would probably say like 10-15 feet. They're pretty tall. um and it's kind of away from everything. It's like its own separate world, and it's probably the furthest that you've gone from Alma. So you all kind of just sit down and you take your usual spots. And in the middle, there is like remnants of like a fire pit that you probably have lit before when it's gotten dark or cold or something like that. And if you all want to light it, you totally can. If not, that's fine. Do y'all want to light it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to light it because the other two are, but I am freaking out a little bit. So I would like to see if I'd like to roll sense trouble.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 6. That's great.
Kind of what you've been feeling since the morning. just this off feeling. It's almost like you're standing on a ship that just keeps rocking just slowly back and forth, and you feel that feeling in your stomach, only the sensation has gotten a little bit stronger the closer you've gotten to the grove. Something ain't right.
Shit.
Mhm.
You know what? I want to spend a point of notice to see what it is.
Okay. Um, so if you kind of focus in a little bit, Kasim kind of notices that it's a presence. Um, this presence is very subtle. It's very heavy. Um, and it's almost chaotic, but it's contained chaos is the best way I can describe it. Um, you've felt it before, but not this strongly to where it's starting to affect how you think and how you're perceiving the things around you. Everything around you kind of just has this like offness to it. Um, and it's because of that presence that you notice that Angela's eyes are kind of starting to glaze over a little bit as he's staring into the fire pit. And that presence that you see, it's kind of like a darkness that's moving in. It slowly starts to go into Angelo. And he doesn't notice it.
I feel like I need to do a stability check, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
See how you're keeping it together.
I hope this isn't a trend, but that's also a 1.
Oh no.
So Kasim, you're frozen. Like you like your breath is shallow. You're kind of just like finding something on the side of your pants to like just hold on to, and your eyes aren't leaving Angelo because you saw that thing go in like into him. So yeah, Amara and Hendrix, you two notice this, that Kasim is just kind of spooked.
Are you okay?
Is it about earlier?
Is it the pinky promise?
I don't think it was the pinky promise.
I just I
You are you okay?
Do you need
Eh, I'm,
what do you see?
I push right through them and I just start shaking Angelo. Angelo, you okay? Please say something, anything. God, please say something.
what is going on?
Can't hear you, Bree.
Can you say that again?
Well, what'd you say?
I said, please tell me that you're okay, oh God.
I'm okay.
Did you not, you didn't feel it? You didn't feel that?
No.
It
I
was right,
feel-
it was right there and it went inside.
what the fuck are you talking about? I'm confused.
See, this is why I don't say shit.
Well,
was-
just explain what happened. I'm pretty sure we can understand it if you explain it.
Um, um, there was a shadow. And the shadow was, it fills the air with gloom. And it walked up behind you, Angelo, and it kind of got sucked in. It placed its fingers on the backs of your palms. It pushed itself inside you like some weird.
Well, I'm okay. I didn't feel anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. Now I'm kind of freaking out. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are there things in the fucking forest doing that creepy shit? Ah, I don't like that.
Should we leave the forest?
Weird shit's been happening all day. It's
You know, no, we're not gonna leave because we're not gonna walk away from our grove, the one that we've been coming to for years, just because some people want to do some spooky shit in the woods. Like, no, we're fine. We're
that's
staying.
what they say in every horror story that we've ever been told. That's what the I'm just saying, don't look at me like that.
And you could be possessed.
I'm
You
not
never know.
possessed. I'm fine.
like what if we do stay and then do you remember the one that you told me? The one about
the one about the thing and
the thing with the
place.
wolf and the thing with the
Wh-
place in
and
the
the
woods
thing
and
with
the
the place.
right, exactly.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What's
So what happens
happening?
if
Fine.
he wants to stay? He wants to stay in the woods where creepy shit
I just want to spend time with my friends around a fucking fire. That's all I want to do.
we
Okay.
can make a fire over somewhere else.
We can stay if you prove to us that you are not possessed. And I think the best way to do that is to talk to Kasim about how you feel about him.
What?
Why?
Yeah, I think it's a
Only
great idea.
you
Why now?
would know that and not some ghost. So I think that is the only solution, and we will leave this forest immediately if you do not.
So wait. Let me get this straight. You're gonna leave after Kasim said that there was a dark presence that entered my body. You're going to leave the both of us alone.
No, I mean,
Oh no, we'll be here. I want to hear this.
Hendrix, are really listen. If you feel like you are okay, we'll just keep an eye on the situation. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. That is, if you don't want to do it.
Oh, now that you say something, he like puts a hand on his chest.
Out of interest, does anyone here have bullshit detector?
Yes, I
do.
do.
So if he's
Yes.
lying, you know.
Is he bullshitting us?
Is he?
Oh yeah.
I'm just standing there with my arms crossed, like looking
He like
unfazed.
reaches
Can I
out
just
to
throw
Hendrix.
something
He's
at
like,
him?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Please, you gotta be okay,
Kasim,
Angela.
Are
Please.
Kasim.
you done
Kasim, he's
putting on
okay.
this act?
He's
I'm
okay.
supposed to be the actor.
What
"Fucking
the
right,
fuck,
I'm
man?
fine. I'm fine. What?
You don't do that after I.
I
You know what?
think
I'm glad you haven't said anything.
do you want me to be not okay? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I just don't want you to be an asshole.
And you are being an asshole right now. Just saying.
Hendrix.
Thank you, Hendrix.
I don't think that's.
Okay. Well, can we get a fire going and just like chill the fuck out, please?
Bring marshmallows. Anything.
No, I didn't bring.
Can I
Okay.
make a preparedness roll to see if I brought marshmallows?
Yes.
Yes, y'all can do it too if you want.
I don't think I have that.
If you have it.
Could do that. Okay.
That's a 1, and I'm not spending 3 points on marshmallows. I'm so sorry.
I got a 3.
That's fair.
4 is, I think, the minimum.
Oh,
Yeah.
we ain't eating marshmallows tonight.
You brought a graham cracker.
What?
A
Split it
graham
four.
cracker.
Split it
And
into
I'm gonna start nibbling on that graham cracker.
I was told to bring skewers, and I brought skewers.
I brought the matches, the log. That's all I got.
No, It's okay. We can just enjoy each other's company instead of s'mores.
Yeah, share some stories.
Yeah.
What kind of stories?
I mean, I know one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you know the forest north of here, right? The one none of us are supposed to go into.
Mhm.
So the legends hold that back when this place was just a one-horse town, there were no walls and maybe one building. It was a grand estate in the middle of that forest. Um, the woman who lived there, she grew up surrounded by three different brothers, three or four, and one by one, each of those brothers went off to war. When none of them came back, she was so incensed that she entered into, I think it was some sort of pact with Midas. And that day, supposedly ever since, the town nearby was cursed for sending off each and every one of her brothers to war. And sure, she was forced to roam forever as a ghost, haunting and terrifying. But at least she would know and accept her anger, whereas the governor who sent off person after person to a war that he didn't even care about, his family line ended, his manor crumbled to dust, and eventually the town itself was swept away. Apparently, she still wanders that empty plain, daring anyone to come lay roost there so she can haunt them all over again. Those of you with bullshit detector are having that ring real high.
Fuck, Sam. What the fuck?
So, should we go and have a family in that house?
Clearly, yeah. It's the safest option, really.
It's the best
I mean, we
idea.
could escape to the house and like make a friendship house.
Will it get you out of the passing?
Probably not.
Then, as nice as that sounds, I think I'll pass.
Okay, you know what? Why don't we do that? Why don't we talk about what exactly happens? What do you know happens?
Yeah, what did they tell you?
Path to enlightenment. That's it.
And
That's it.
They didn't tell you where to go. They didn't tell you what you're gonna.
I mean, the only location that I know of is Bloody Lane. I walk 2 miles and then I turn back around. And if I see Midas, then I'm enlightened. If I don't see him, then
you disappear.
not necessarily. I just come back.
But if you don't,
What's going to stop you from lying? What stops you from saying, "Hey, I saw Midas" when you didn't see? Are there do-overs? Has anyone actually ever failed this thing, or
Not that I know of, but my mom knows. She knows if a person sees Midas or not. So
what does she say happened to your brother?
he got lost during a hiking trip. That's all I know. Even though I put it together that it had to do with the passing. I'm not stupid, but it I have a feeling he's still out there somewhere. As weird as that sounds.
I start looking really guilty?
Hendrix looks right at Cassim.
What?
Nothing. I just think that if he is still out there, we have one night until you're enlightened that we should go and find him.
The moon seems especially blue today, huh?
Clouds. It's probably because of the clouds.
So many clouds.
What is up with the weather?
I don't know. Kasim started it. We're just going with it. There's a fire.
When I get nervous, I talk about nothing, okay? It calms me down.
Do you all think I'm gonna make it? You can be honest. Like,
Don't ask me that question. You
I'm
have to make
asking
it.
you the question. Like,
You have
seriously.
to make it. You don't get to not make it.
But you can't control that, Kazim.
Yes, I can call to the heavens. I can. You have to make it. There's no other opportunity. I can't lose you. Your mom can't lose you. I mean, she's already lost one son. That's enough, right? So you got to go through with it.
I beg to differ on that one.
Why are you so cavalier about these things?
Because if I put out there what I was actually feeling, I think I could die tomorrow.
You won't die tomorrow.
And I'm being put through something that I legitimately have no choice in. Because of a fucking cult.
Listen, if that cult thinks that they're going to take you without us putting up a fight,
No.
they
no.
won't.
I refuse. You all are not getting hurt because of me.
Angela, whatever happens, you're going to be different.
I know.
But no matter what, we'll be here when you come back. Come back in
Yeah.
pieces, we'll put you back together.
If I come back.
Come
You
back
will-
enlightened.
Angelo, if you don't come back, I will wander out into that wood alone, and I don't even know how to shoot a gun.
I would fucking
bring you
haunt
back.
you until you turn back around and go back to the safety of this town and never leave again.
Then I best we better see who would win. If you really want to risk that.
Pretty sure an ethereal spirit like myself will win.
Well, it's all theory until it happens for real. And I'd rather not test it.
I still vote that we go and try to find Wade. But if we would all like to sit here and argue about what will and will not happen, I think we're going to get nowhere.
And you see all of you see Angela finally starting to put everything down. I need you all to help me leave. I've been trying to keep it together, but I can't. I don't want to do this. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I don't know what's gonna happen if I fail. I have to go.
No, you're going to be okay. I have reassurance, and I will spend a point to reassure this, Angelo. I mean, I don't get the point back, so, but it's worth it.
That's cute.
You're going to come back, and you're going to come back whole in whichever way that matters to you. And you are seriously going to sit me down in a place that serves food, and it will end with us making out.
Can you repeat that?
Hendrix, we're not here. We're not here right now.
We're not here right now.
We're not here right now.
Keep going. I'm
If
sorry.
you're not here right now, why are you talking? Angelo, I love you. I've loved you ever since. God, ever since that you accidentally knocked over my crayon fort back in
Why are you doing?
when we were
why are you
5.
doing this? Why are you
I'm doing
right
this.
now?
This is important. It's important for you to remember that there are people on the other side who want you, who need you. That you're not doing any of this alone. That hell, if you want me to sneak out and do the passing with you, I would do
No.
it.
No. I don't want you to do it.
Then you better come home. You don't get to
No.
do that thing where you're the martyr for everyone, or you walk off into the sunset, never seen again. Or
Well, like you don't do the same thing.
yeah, exactly. There's already one of us in this relationship. That's enough.
Relationship.
We've been best friends since forever. Hendrix, close your mouth. Look, I'm sorry. His jaw is just dropping over there.
If I make it back,
When you make it back.
you are taking me on a date.
Yeah, I am.
And he's blushing like real hard, but he's not even looking at you. He can't. He physically cannot look at you right now.
I
Is
would.
there anything else you want to discuss?
Barn owls are great, but I really do like spotted owls too.
Why are you talking about owls right now?
I don't know.
Kasim, why are you talking about?
And that's when you all feel it. The gnawing feeling of eyes on you. And the thing is that it's not coming from one direction, but it's coming from several directions. This feeling of dread, of paranoia hit you all in the gut. And for a second, you all are almost knocked off of your feet by this feeling. The trees grow still, the lights of the town seem to dim, and the chill of the night grows colder. And it's pure, horrific, unmoving silence. And that stare is getting closer and closer, closer. I need you all to make a stability check for me.
Not you. You rolled 3 1s already.
6.
4.
So all of you except for Angelo are still keeping your wits about you. Angelo's visibly shaken, and his eyes start to get that glazed over feeling, glazed over look that you saw before, Kasim. And suddenly the feeling is gone, almost as quickly as it came. And Angelo collapses to the ground. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Seriously?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding
We'll be back.
me?
Are you kidding
We'll be
me?
back in like 6 or 7 minutes ish. Go hydrate, go take care of yourselves. We will see you all soon. welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the first part of Alma. And I'm glad that we got to take a break and like stretch and hydrate and all that great stuff. I hope you got to do the same as well. If you have missed it, we are raising money for the hate fund in London right now. Just a couple weeks ago, unfortunately, there was a hate crime that happened in the London area, and the fund is going towards that family, that Middle Eastern family that was killed. So if you can, please donate. It is a very important cause, and there will also be the same fundraiser going for the same fund on the Monster Hearts game with Gehenna Gaming on Mondays, which Norden is a part of. So please, please, please donate. So yeah, with all that being said, let's jump back in. We just witnessed a lot that just happened in like the span of 30 seconds, and it resulted in Angelo, unfortunately, fainting. So he just fell and he just passed out on the ground.
I'm gonna look straight over to Kasim. Go get your man.
No one else helps him. It's up to Kasim to do it.
Let's go help. Yeah, let's go. He's our friend, Hendrix.
The one time I make a character who's got nothing in medicine, nothing in medic.
Yeah.
trying
I've
to
got
fix things.
something. I've got something.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there just freaking out.
Can I
Start talking
help?
about owls and stuff.
Please don't start talking about owls.
Please.
Sometimes I decide to make a character that is extremely relatable, and sometimes, barn owls have a very wide white face, and they have ears on two different spots in their head so they can triangulate better.
And Angelo is just laying there.
Amara, are you gonna do something?
Can I do so? I have a medic of 5. Can I just do I just roll to
Yeah.
try and
Yeah,
like
roll.
Yeah,
assess
you
his
can
okay.
check his pulse. You can get
Woohoo.
inside of his rib cage.
We got a 2.
What'd you say?
We got a 2. Can I use points?
Want? Go for it.
How many do I need
So-
to use? Or do I know that?
Well, like the bare minimum is 4 of like
Gotcha.
rolls like this. So you rolled what again?
I got a 2.
Okay, so you can add 2 points to make it
Okay.
a 4.
Let's
Make
do
it a
that.
success. Okay. So you start checking his pulse and you start listening, like near his mouth area. You can hear that he's faintly breathing and his pulse seems to be pretty strong.
Do I notice
he-
anything else about?
Nothing that's like really noticeable physically. His body is fine and
Okay.
like his face looks fine. Everything's fine. It could honestly just be like a fainting spell that happened.
Okay. His pulse is steady. He just it seems like he passed out. I don't
Are you sure he just passed out?
I
'Cause
don't think he just passed out.
from what
There's-
I felt, it was more than just passing out. And can I use preparedness to try to pull a water bottle out of a bag?
Oh, well, you honestly, I'll just give it to you. You have the water bottle.
Well, I'll
like-
pull that water bottle out. I'll walk
Yeah.
over to him. I'll pour the water on his face.
And when you do, he's just like,
Are you okay?
No, he's not okay.
Let
just
him
collapsed.
explain what happened.
and he looks around and he takes a minute to process that he's still where he was before he passed out. I went somewhere.
Where?
There were a lot of trees on the sides, and there was this like long path, and I couldn't see what what the end of it looked like. I couldn't move. I just felt like hands around my throat. I think I just got overwhelmed for some reason. But I'm okay.
You're not okay. That
We should probably go. And he looks down at his watch. You all can, if you wear watches. Do your characters wear watches?
No.
yeah.
I have a pocket watch. No, I have a normal watch.
Okay, so Amara, you check the time and it's probably like 9:45-ish at this point.
And he was out for like less than a minute.
Yeah, probably like a minute, maybe pushing 2 minutes. We should probably go. It's like 15 more minutes till curfew.
That sounded like future events that could happen to you, which means we're not letting you go through that passing. And whether that means we need to hide you or get you out of this town, we're going to do that tonight.
Look, I'm gonna go through it, okay? I have to. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be a superhero or anything like that. I have to. I have no choice. They're gonna find me if I try to hide or do whatever. And what I said earlier about you all getting me out of here, that was just me being dramatic.
Okay, let's just get you home and make sure you have a big breakfast. Please eat something.
Yeah, Kasim, can I talk to you privately for a second?
Yeah, of course you can. You'll excuse us.
And
Have fun.
before Angela walks away, he walks up to Amara and gives her a hug. And then he moves to Hendrix and gives him a hug.
Do you want us to stay with you tonight? What'd you say?
I said I'll be okay.
Okay, go talk, go kiss, do whatever you need to do.
Come on. She'll take Hendrix's arm and just kind of lead them to start walking slowly to give them a little space.
So once you two are gone, Angelo turns back to Kasim and I haven't been intentionally avoiding that conversation. I just genuinely don't know what to say. Because I feel those things too, and I have for a really long time, and I was telling Amara on the way here that I don't want to bury my feet any further into the ground before I leave. Because it's just going to hurt more. But you mean everything to me, and I just don't want anything to happen to you because of me. That's all.
Nothing is going to happen. I know nothing's going to happen. Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because enough bad shit's happened to you. And you can only get so much bad luck. You can only get so much bad luck before things start turning around. So they're going to start turning around. Because they have to.
I have so much optimism.
Look, ever since my parents died, I've had to I've had to think about, do I w- do I want to get buried underneath all of it, or do I want to keep moving forward? So I said to myself, this sucks. All of it sucks, but enough bad things have happened. And you've come into my life. Good. We care about each other. Good. You're one of the most wonderful people I've ever met. Good. Clearly it worked. I guess you could say the reason why I'm optimistic is because of you.
And Angela, he takes both of Kasim's hands, and for like the first time that night, he actually looks at him. Um, and then he leans in and kisses him.
Oh. Yeah. You get a kiss back.
So it's the next morning, and after that, Kasim, you walked him home and said your goodbyes. And the next morning, there was no word from Angelo. You all haven't seen him since the night before. And the clock was the thing that woke all of you up that morning. And you awake to a dark and gray, cloudy sky above Alma. And that same coldness that you felt the night before is back. And outside of your homes, you hear the town starting to bustle and starting to gain commotion. You realize that it's the town coming out to watch whatever's about to happen outside. Do you all get ready and head out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll grab a new notebook.
What'd you say?
I'll grab a new notebook on the way out.
Okay. When you get out there, you see in the town center that everyone is wearing white. The entire town looks like it has blankets of snow around the buildings because everyone is in this pure white. And it's in different variations of different outfits. You all find each other in the crowd, thankfully. And you all have kind of almost subconsciously dressed in all white. It's something that you felt obligated to do. And you all see each other, and you gather within one of the like pockets of people. Do you all say anything to each other?
Did we miss a memo?
What was that?
Oh, she's gonna ask to them. Did we miss a memo?
I mean, you definitely didn't. And I point to your all white outfit.
I mean, I'm usually a trendsetter, so I assumed everybody saw what I was wearing today, and they decided to wear something similar. Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
but this is kind of weird. And I am going to go ahead and put it out there, but I personally would like to sneak into Angelo's passing tonight. Who's with me?
Let's go. Let's go.
Could follow.
This town has kept so many secrets. I'm tired of it.
Do we do we have any information on the passing? I feel like we're going to need a little bit more if we're going to sneak into something we know nothing about. What'd you say, Bree?
What did you say?
Afraid I can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, we couldn't hear you. What did you say?
Oh, I said you all can make history checks to see if you know anything.
Okay.
Or if you have any like academic stuffs.
Can I go to the library? I have research. So can I
Research is not research. The library's closed.
close?
Everyone's out on the street.
Can I break into the library with my infiltration?
Sure. What?
Well, I'm
Just
going to
walk,
go.
Like, I mean, it's closed, but like you could probably just, I don't know, walk in or something.
Is research like research that you've done in the past?
No,
Is that-
it's your ability to find stuff inside a place full of information.
Mhm.
Okay.
Great, welcome to Gehenna Gaming. We do horror here and also sometimes break into libraries.
But if the door is open, we just walk right in.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't
Spooky.
want you to have to waste points when you can literally just like
Okay,
walk in.
I mean, I'll
So-
walk into the closed library and then look for books to research.
Okay, how many points? How many points of research do you have?
I have two. Yeah, two.
Okay, you can start like looking throughout the books. And could you roll for me?
Yes. I need a good roll. 6.
Hendrix is on it tonight. He's
It's a nice
super good with
D6.
dice.
It's a
Um,
nice D6.
So as you look amongst the shelves of books, and there are so many, they're the kind of shelves that like reach up to the ceiling. There's so many. And it has like that old-fashioned ladder that like slides up against the walls and stuff. And you find this book that has like gold inscription on the side of it, and it's like a dark blue, and on the side of it it says The Tale of the Golden King. You've Since you got a 6, I'll give this to you. You have seen the title before throughout your life. um when you were in school and stuff, when everyone was in school, they learn about what the following is in general, but it doesn't really go into any detail. And that's one of the major books that you have to read um, once you start getting into the following and getting into the religion as you get older. So,
Does he find anything in the book that's kind of takes or talks about the ceremony or and what ways they go
So
about
Midas
it?
is a very selfish god. He believes that his people must give at all times. One of the main factors of his story is the chapter of giving, and that is when the people, his followers, have to give gifts every time they enter the passing. Um, Whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, they have to give up something. Some people have been known to give up physical body parts. Other people have been known to give like some sort of, they believe a metaphysical part of your brain goes away once they do like this really weird ritual. It honestly just depends on what the person wants to give. And once that's done, he allows them to find him. And once they find him, that is when the enlightenment happens. That's when you are born anew. That is when everything is kind of washed away and you become your purest self for Midas.
Okay.
so by knowing a lot of stuff from occult studies, is there anything extra I know, like anything super secretive I'd know about this passing, or would you want me to spend a point to know shit?
No point.
Spend a point.
mm,
Okay. So
the only secret. Sorry, what was that?
now I'm down to 0 points, which means I still know occult study stuff, but I
Uh-huh.
can't get something extra cool anymore.
That's okay. So the only secret thing you know is that Midas still walks this earth. It's just he finds vessels.
Good grief, considering what happened last night. Yeah, that information is going right into the old brain vault, never to come out again.
Yeah. So
I still got a 6 on mine for the history, if that helps at all.
history check.
Yeah.
So what exactly are you wanting to know as far as like
See if I can dig back into the things I read to at that one point to
the one thing and the
with the one thing in the one
in the one
place.
place?
Yeah,
One.
yeah,
One.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with the one.
with the one. So when it comes to your best friend Riven, he was a very devout follower. He was very sweet, very kind, very lively. He had a lot of energy. He was basically a ball of light. And when he went in to his passing, it was noted that he was very resistant. Um, and he did not want to accept Midas. He did see Midas, but because of his resistance, Midas took something from him. And that's one of the reasons why he changed so much, is because Midas took the one part of himself that kept him whole. And that was the memory of his best friend. So
Fault. About to
what'd you
fight
say?
Midas.
You were
We
muted.
we about to fight Midas.
We about to
Did I
we're about to box a god.
just now remember this, or
What'd you say?
did I just now remember this, or
Yes. If you're not in the library looking for anything, then yeah, it was probably like a thought that you just were like, oh, that's a thing.
okay, she's gonna take a seat somewhere. I don't know if there's a seat somewhere, but she's gonna take one.
Sit on down. So Hendrix, are you looking for anything else in the library at all? Or was it just for something like that?
Is there something that has the records of people who have been through the passing?
No, I'm gonna say no, only because that part is confidential
Okay.
as far as who's been through, who hasn't made it through, all that's pretty confidential. The only person that people know to have been missing is Wade, and that's only because he's the son of the governess, Gale
Mhm.
Withers. So she kind of made a big ordeal about that when it happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like personal knowledge, have we like when the passing is happening, have we seen how the setup is going into the ceremony?
The ritualistic part of it before the walk on the bloody lane, it all happens in that temple that's in the center of Alma. And the only people that are allowed to see it are the ones that are basically kind of mandating the ritual. So, like the priests and Mother Gale and the participant. Otherwise, no one is allowed in when that's happening.
Okay. Are there security guards usually out front?
Yeah, there are people usually standing out front that kind of watch to make sure that everything goes not interrupted or anything like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
So does anybody have a plan of how we're gonna get in here? I mean, I could distract the guards while you two sneak in.
Probably a lock on the door would have to break that.
We need to get him out of here.
We stop him now. He may never forgive us.
We stop him now, and we stop him from losing whatever is important to him.
Okay. Okay. I can break through the door. I can find my way inside of almost any lock. Almost.
And I'll try to distract the guards as best as I can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll be very hard for you.
Yeah, how are we gonna do that? I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have ways. I guess we'll just
Your
wing
wily
it.
and mysterious ways.
Yeah.
If they weren't secret, I would tell you what they were right now. But I am a man of secrecy and talent. So I'll just leave it at that. But I will distract the guards nonetheless.
All right.
So the
You all
plan
are
is
talking- Oh, go ahead.
Hendrix distracts guards. Kasim breaks through a lock, and Amara is there.
I'm there. I'm there.
And that's all we need from you.
Honestly, I'm there. You need me to drive? I got you. You need me to figure out a language? I got you. You need me to take notes? Excellent note taker.
Great. Super useful right now.
Thanks, Kasim. Thank you. Yeah.
So as you all are discussing this, suddenly the collection of voices in unison happen from the end of the street, and you see slowly approaching two lines of people walking down the street towards you all. The voices of the crowds have silenced completely, and all that's in focus right now is what's happening. A woman who's about 6 feet tall is walking in front of these two lines with a torch that seems to be glowing despite the daylight. And her low, rich voice is saying something in another language that you've never really heard before.
Languages.
I
I
was
know
gonna say,
languages.
Mara, you can make a language check if you'd like to see if you know it.
You got this.
I'm being useful.
You got
I
this.
feel like languages is investigate. I think Amara doesn't need to roll, but does need to spend that point, and that means that's the only language she could sporadically learn for the rest of the game.
Up to you.
I have 8 points in languages.
Okay.
Fine.
Why? You put it all in there.
I'm the system.
Okay.
Sure,
But
hon.
you know that language.
What did you say?
You got this. You got this. Just spend like 2 points, though. I feel like that's only fair.
Yeah, 2 points. Do you want to spend 2 points?
Yeah, what do I just roll? I don't have to roll.
Nope.
No. You
Just
spend
spend
those
2 points. Let's spend those points. We allocated them correctly for this moment. Let's go.
So, obviously, you recognize this language. It's a very ancient language that hasn't really been around for a very long time, except for in these circumstances when it comes to the following and like the religion itself. And not many people in the town know it except for the priests and Mother Gale, obviously. But it's the ancient language of Midas. It's basically what he speaks in. And a language that is very holy, and like he's kind of like, this is preserved for my followers. No one else can use this way of speaking because they're up here, mankind's down here, kind of
We're
thing.
breaking rules. We're breaking rules today.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we're breaking rules. Cassine's
Yes.
breaking locks.
Yeah.
Okay. Hendrix is
Breaking
doing
hearts.
something. Breaking
Breaking
hearts.
hearts.
We're
Breaking
breaking
hearts.
rules. Yeah.
Angelo might be breaking arms. Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, you recognize it.
Do I understand
As-
what
It seems to be a prayer. It seems to be a prayer of succession and protection over Angelo as he goes through this process of becoming new. Um, it seems like it's very, for lack of a better word, like very innocent. Like the words are very innocent, but it's kind of unsettling because it's basically saying like, "Hey, Midas, come down here and take my son away, so you can strip him of his iniquities and then put him back on Earth to be new again," basically. Um, and while she's saying this, the priests and the people that are like following her in these two lines start repeating back what she's saying. So she says a phrase and they repeat, etc., etc. Um, and she keeps walking forward, and her snow white hair against her golden brown skin is like pulled skin tight back into a bun, and her eyes are staring straight forward towards the temple. The people that are in lines have these white cloaks on that are accented with gold around the hemmings, and they all have their heads down and they're doing that thing. They're repeating what she's saying, but they're not even attempting to look up for some reason. But for a split second, the woman breaks her gaze and she looks at all of you. And then she looks back towards the temple. And that's when you see Angelo walking behind her. And his brown skin has markings all over it of white paint that has been painted into intricate designs up on the sides of his neck. And he's wearing a white shirt and white pants, white shoes. Um, and you see that his curly black hair has been shaved off, and the designs kind of come up on the back and to the sides, kind of like this. Um, and Kasim and Hendrix, you kind of remember him wanting to like get it dyed like a different color. This is just like a random memory that you have as you look at him. He wanted to get it dyed like a different color, like something out of his comfort zone, just to kind of defy his mother a little bit. Um, and when you see all of that beautiful hair gone, it kind of just breaks your heart a little more. His face looks sullen, almost as if he's not there completely. It's that same glazed over look that you saw a few times the night before. And it's a solemn moment, and the town that's watching all of this happening almost looks joyful. Some are crying out of joy, and others are fighting back the urge to cheer. And like a lot of people are smiling from like ear to ear, and it's disturbing. And before you know it, the doors of the temple open, and two people come out, and they walk in, and then they shut. And then almost immediately, everyone goes back to what they were doing as if nothing just happened. So now that you have a plan to rescue your friend, how are you going to begin?
You guys go over there, and I'm going to take the guard. How many guards are out there that we can see?
Two.
Two. I'm going to try to direct the guards that direction.
direct the guards?
I'm going to take the guards in that direction.
Okay.
To the left of the temple, what is there?
So on the left side of the temple, there's like a strip of shops that are there. But then there's an alleyway on the side of like a diner that sits on the corner, and it kind of leads back into the woods that kind of surround the town. So So you can take
How many
that.
shops down are the strip? Is how many shops on the strip are there down? If I could talk, I'd be able to explain this correctly.
No, you're good. Probably like 4 or 5 shops on that side, on the left
Okay.
side. Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, break. You guys go over there.
Okay, let's go.
I give like one passing look back, and then I just follow Amara.
So let's go over to Hendrix. So see how this works. So you walk up to these guards and they are just standing there. They have their heads down, like you saw the people in the lines doing. And in fact, when you walk up, they kind of don't even notice you. It's like they're in their own world.
Hey, you guys.
They both look up at you.
You want to know something? Do you want to know something?
What?
One, and I'm going to use my flattery here. You're both incredibly cute, but that's beside the point. There are men breaking into my shop at the end of the street over there, and I need your help right now. They said that they're trying to use the materials in there to break into the passing to stop it. Please, can you please come? You were the only people around that I saw that would be suitable for this mission. It's almost like a mission.
Are
If you don't
to
do this,
follow
the
me?
passing could be ruined.
We answer to nobody but Mother Gale, however.
If Mother Gale knew that you were stopping the passing, you could be doing her the hugest favor. Not only that, Midas.
Hold up. Hold up. Okay, where's the trouble?
Come quickly this way. And I'm going to go all the way to the last shop
Okay.
at the end of that strip.
All right. So Amara and Kasim, you see that these 2 guards have ushered behind Hendrix. And there's an opening to go up to the door.
We give him a lot of shit, but he gets it done.
I'm still gonna give him a lot of shit though.
Yeah, it's okay. I will too. Okay. So how do we do this? Do you
Just talk to me. Calm me down while I
okay?
attempt to break into a temple that is designed not to. Yeah. So
Okay.
I believe I'm rolling infiltration here.
I've also got reassurance if I can like help him.
Go for
I
it.
don't know if assisting is I don't know.
I believe that allows me to add 1 point to my roll.
Okay.
Oh cool.
So to be fair, that turns a 5 into a 6.
Ooh.
Do I have to
Okay.
roll for this or is it just
Nope.
I reassure him? Oh cool.
You're,
Okay.
you're reassuring.
Great.
So how do you reassure him, Amara?
You know what you got to
Thanks.
do.
Thanks for asking. So did you know that back in the day, long time ago,
Mhm.
the toad, the story about the frog and the scorpion, or maybe it's the toad and the scorpion. What is it? It used to be an owl. Okay, it wasn't a frog or a turtle or whatever it is. Oh fuck. It was an owl
That's cool.
and a scorpion, and as the owl like flew across the ocean, the river, the stream, the water, the flow of water. The scorpion bit the owl's back, and right, you know the story, like and the owl, as they were going down into the sea.
Kasim, how's that door looking? How's it looking?
Yes, no. So
How's it looking?
the owl asked, "Why would you do this? Why would you do this?" And the scorpion just said, "It's in my nature." And you know what? This lock, it's in its nature to crack.
Yeah, I cracked it like a minute ago.
She's gonna pat him on the back. It's just
Okay.
work.
You know, I'm 25 years old, but I was transported to my youth there for a second, and not in a good way.
Me too. Turns out the only stories I can tell are really
Bad?
sad. Really, I mean, bad, but also like bring back terrible memories just to the surface. I guess it's a reporter thing. I'm so sorry. But we got through the lock. Somehow that reassured you.
You okay?
I'm a little high strung right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been seeing ghosts today.
Take a number.
No, when you walked up to me, I saw a lot of ghosts. And they were all staring at me and they were chanting that it was me. I did it. I did something.
I just saw Wade. And then as soon as I say the name Wade, I just open the door.
So after that, you
A
all
breakdown.
open the doors. You open the doors, and everywhere there is this beautiful marble with cracks of gold in it. And it almost looks like an old kind of Roman Colosseum almost, with the pillars that are coming up on the sides. And ahead, you see another set of doors that open to what you assume to be the sanctuary, but in the vestibule area, it's just this very big open space in the ceiling, and on it is kind of painted like more cracks of gold. It looks bigger than what it looks like outside, and you didn't expect it to be this spacious, but it is. Um, and so when you enter, you hear that same voice from that woman, and she's saying something. You can hear her saying something, but if you listen even closer, you can kind of hear someone whimpering, maybe crying. You don't know.
Okay, we're inside. What do we do next?
Should probably follow the crying. Do you hear the crying too? It's not just me.
Yeah, I hear the crying too.
Okay, great. Well,
I got us in. Hendrix did the distraction. This is your part.
Yeah.
You're supposed to figure it.
yeah. DM God, is there any any stat I can roll or something?
I feel
Two.
like
What?
sense trouble seems about right.
You know, somehow I'm just thinking sense trouble is really a good idea. Should I roll it?
Feel the trouble, okay? You feel
Feel the trouble. Okay, can I
You
sense
feel
which
it.
way I should
I
go?
mean, just because you go through the doors doesn't necessarily mean that people on the other side are paying attention to the doors.
Okay. Do I have like a gut sense of if we should go towards the crying or if we should go towards like a different area or just wing it.
You have a sense to go towards the doors.
Like back out or the doors.
The doors.
There's doors inside of the doors.
Doors inside of the doors. Let's go
We're in a
inside.
foyer.
Let's do
Mhm.
okay. Okay. I
Mhm.
think we should go through the doors.
You know, okay. So I am gonna need. I clicked on the wrong thing. Maybe like. Do either of you have athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You could do athletics to see how uh to see how stealthy you can be going into that door.
Can I use hiding instead?
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a 1. I'm going to spend some points. I mean, that's a 4. It was a 4 the entire time.
For the entire time.
For the entire
Mhm.
time. We don't talk about it. Okay. So Amara, what are you doing? What would you like to do?
Can I still use athletics to try and like
Yeah.
you said stealth it out? Or
You just won't be hiding, but like you can be stealthy about it, yeah.
okay, cool. Great.
What'd you get?
3.
Okay.
Let's use a point. Let's use 1 point because I don't feel like that's gonna be a great start to this. Four. Just 4.
Okay. So Kasim, as soon as you enter these doors, you manage to sneak behind kind of like a pew area, and like a pew is like, I'd probably say like 3 feet away from the back walls of this sanctuary. Amara, you kind of do the same, only you're a little bit more exposed than Kasim is, but you still manage to sneak in quietly and get next to him. So, as you all are back here, let's flash over to Hendrix. Hendrix, you have lured these two away to the shop that is allegedly in danger. And when they get to the shop, they realize there is no danger. In fact, it's pretty normal. And so they look confused and they look at you and they're like,
Do I see anybody out on the street?
yeah, I mean, there's just like people walking normally. So,
I'll run to the nearest guy.
okay.
I'll use a point in flirting.
Okay.
And I will just say, baby, I will give you the ride of your life later on if you just start running as fast as you can in the opposite direction. Right now.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. And he just takes off.
And I'm gonna turn around towards the guards. Oh my god, that's the guy! Go get him! Go get him! That's the guy! He was talking
And
about
they're
ruining
like-
the passing.
They're like, oh, and they start running after him too.
And as they start running after him, I'm gonna run in the direction of the place.
Okay. So back inside the sanctuary, Amara or Kasim, would you like to peek around to see what you can see? Okay. So, there's an altar at the end of the aisle in the middle of the sanctuary, and behind them is a golden statue of what is probably assumed to be Midas. And he's kind of doing like a godlike position. And below it is this golden altar, and you see that Angelo is laying down on this altar, and one of the priests has one of his arms in his hands. And behind it, Mother Gail has this big book. You can't really see what it says on the cover, but she's reading something pretty quickly. You can't really make out what she's saying because her words are running together. It's just like a continuous stream of basically proverbs. And another priest walks up with what looks like a some sort of knife or something. And it's a little bit bigger than a knife. It's probably like this long, and it's pretty sharp. And he kind of readies it in his hand. And Mother Gail's voice starts to kind of go into this crescendo, and she starts getting more and more passionate about it. And the chants that they were doing in the streets start to happen with the priests as she is saying these words. And Angelo is starting to get more and more hysterical as he sees the blade. He starts wailing, and he starts screaming, and he starts squirming underneath the hold.
How many people are? Oh, sorry. Did you?
I'm do what you want because I'm gonna do something bad.
Okay, I'll back you up on that. Something bad.
Just ask your question first.
I was just gonna ask how many people are around here. I know that they're probably tied to the people outside. So the minute we do anything, the people outside are probably gonna
Like people watching, basically, or
yeah, like in the area. Like how is it just Mother Gail, the dude with the knife?
Oh, gotcha,
Uh,
gotcha. Okay, so there's Mother Gail, and then there's Angelo, and then the priest that's holding his arm, the priest with the knife, and then there's probably like one on this side and one on this side.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Can I look over at Kasim and see? Do I notice anything about him, like what he's about to do?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious 'cause I'm not very good at hiding things. He's about to tackle
Okay.
the person with a knife.
Great. Okay, I'm going to barricade the doors.
Okay.
You know you're doing a bad thing when the GM covers their hand.
I know.
He covers their mouth.
It's I. Oh no.
So, as this is happening, Hendrix, you're walking up to the door, and almost simultaneously, all of this is happening. Hendrix, you walk up to the door, you can't get in.
Oh no.
Hey, what the hell?
Oh
Are there any windows around?
no. Oh no.
But they're pretty high up. I mean, you'd probably have to like, oh no, catapult yourself up there.
Do we have phones?
It's the 90s, so no.
95?
I'll try to get to the nearest window by
I'm so sorry.
catapulting my way
Okay, you know
up.
what? Let me retcon. No, let me retcon. So, Amara, as you're starting to barricade the door, you see Hendrix hauling ass.
Oh, thank
towards
God. Okay.
The
okay.
doors. I'll help you out. I'm sorry. Oh, so he starts hauling ass towards the doors, and you're like, oh shit. And then as this is happening, Kasim, you're hauling ass up towards the altar, and all of this is just going on. And let's go one thing at a time. Amara, when you see Hendrix, what happens?
She's just gonna usher him like, come on.
Start turning faster.
And then as soon as
Okay.
he gets in there, she's just gonna
And Kasim, how do you want to do this?
Well, I'm going to literally attack the person, so I feel like I need to roll scuffling.
Yeah, That'd be yeah.
Yeah, that's a 5. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
Hey.
good. That's pretty good. So
Mm.
how do you want to do it?
Uh, a lot of people don't know this about Kasim, but he's actually taken up boxing. Yeah, he's stick thin and wiry, but he's taken up boxing. But that's not what's happening right now. Instead, his head is suddenly the the point to a projectile is the best way to describe it, as he headbutts this man into his stomach, wrapping his arms around him and bringing him down to pin him on the ground. The person with the knife.
Okay. Amara and Hendrix, you see your friend thunderbolting into this priest and basically suplexing him.
Hey, come on, Spear.
And Angelo is just looking like, what the fuck is happening? And Mother Gail, she is looking at all of this and she slams the book shut and she sets it down. And while all of this is happening and while all of you are distracted, she takes Angelo and she runs. Now Mother Gail, she's built like an ox. She's pretty thick. And so carrying her son wasn't that big of a feat. And she runs through the door that is on the side of the sanctuary.
Can I run, pick up the knife that was dropped, and run after her?
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
to do that.
Mm-hmm. And Amara, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run after. Can
Okay.
do I see anything I can grab either or two or not?
I mean, because Kasim tackled knife guy, there's a knife.
Wait, the one that I
There's-
just grabbed.
Did Hendrix grab it?
Oh wait, did you just grab it?
Oh yeah, that's the knife I grabbed.
Sorry,
yeah, I
I
grabbed
didn't hear
knife.
that part.
Oh,
Never
no, you're
mind.
good.
Well, I mean, there's the book that she was holding.
Yes,
There's a candelabra. There's a couple of those.
I want that book though.
I mean,
Can because I can read it, right? Ooh.
I can.
I can read it.
Me
it, right?
too. Me too.
I do this all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah, you can read it. I mean, shit, you got 8 in
Yes.
languages.
Perfect. I'm gonna take and run
Okay.
after Hendrix.
So Kasim, are you still scuffling with this homie?
I'm going to roll preparedness to see if I brought a weapon with me.
Okay.
That's a 5. I have a knife.
He's prepared. Okay. So this guy like kind of gets a handle on you and flips you 2 over, and he's about to like land a punch to the face, but then you have a knife and he kind of puts his hands up.
I will spend 1 point negotiation. Tell me everything. Tell me what was the plan, everything you know, or this goes into your gut.
It, we were just told to kind of stay here and just go through with everything. We don't know exactly what happens after this.
What was this?
He was supposed to sacrifice something, and he chose physical, and it had to be his arm.
You better run.
And he kind of looks over at the other priests, and they're like, and they kind of just shuffle out of the sanctuary. But one of them actually stays behind, and he looks at you, Kasim, and he's like, she took him to Bloody Lane, if that's what you were looking for.
I flick my pocket knife back into my pocket, because that's what pocket knives are for, pockets. And I run to the direction of blood. I do not follow the other two. I run directly towards wherever Bloody Lane is. That's in the same direction. I guess I do follow, but
So Amara and Hendrix, you both see Mother Gale running towards this door, and there is a certain door through this hallway that she's running through. At the other end, it has like a gold inscription over the top of it, and it's in that language that you know, Amara, and it says Bloody Lane. And before you all get to her, she looks back at the both of you and she opens the door and she pushes Angelo through and she slams the door shut. And she looks at both of you. And there's like this smirk on her face. And she steps to the side.
I go and open the door.
You open the door, and do you say anything to Mother Gale? This is the first time you all have seen her like up close.
I just go, "You look lovely tonight." And then that's when I open the door.
So you all step through, and it is a different realm. It's devoid of light. There's no sun. There's no clouds. It's basically the sky is red, and all of the plant life that would be around you, the silhouettes of trees and valleys, they're all black. Everything is silhouetted. And you just see Angelo just on all fours, and he's hyperventilating. And he cannot catch his breath at all. And Kasim, you eventually catch up, and you see Mother Gale standing at the door, and she gestures towards the open door to Bloody Lane. Do you want to say anything to her?
I don't give a shit about her.
That's fair. So you walk through and you see your friends, and you see Angelo on the ground on all fours, and he's not breathing really well. And when this door slams shut behind all of you, it kind of echoes into this universe. There's no sound of nature. There's no sound of wind in the leaves. There's no sounds of your footsteps. It's just muted almost. And all you can hear is just the breathing of Angelo.
I'll just turn around to Cassine. Help him. We'll find a way out.
We should stay together.
Since one of my sources of stability has been hurt, I should probably roll stability, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great, that's another one.
No.
Do you all have stability points still?
I do.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can try to help him out.
Can I
Pretty
give-
sure it's great stuff.
Can I use a point to do that?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about owls this time.
Okay, so you have a hyperventilating Angelo, and then you have a crumbling Kasim.
I'll just go to Cassine. You need to get it together. Your man, newly found man, is over there, and he needs you right now. We don't have time for this. I understand that this is a situation that will freak a lot of people out. But right now, there's somebody who needs you, so you need to be with him.
It's all real, Hendrix. And I think that God is the thing possessing Angela.
We're here together, and we'll get him out together. We'll figure this out. Just see if you can get through to him, because you, out of all of us, you have the best chance.
Yeah, I'm walking like a man possessed towards Angelo and gently trying to hold him up.
So when you first grab onto him, he kind of like fights against you. He's so out of it that he doesn't realize that it's you that's holding him. So he's like, no, get away from me. Kasim, is that you? And he doesn't look at you, but he kind of looks off.
Yeah, it's me.
And he reaches out, still not looking at you. And he touches your face. Hey,
How do we fix
It's a-
this?
It took my. I can't see. I can't see. Kasim, I can't see.
I just wrap my arms around him and start crying.
I can't see.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay. We don't have to go back. We never have to go back. Just walking forward. You and I. Pick a direction and keep running, right?
You will
Yep.
have to leave.
I'm going to spend my 1 point of reassurance. It's not going to do much, I don't think,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to do something.
Okay.
I can't fix any of this. But you have to get up. I'm right here. You just have to get up.
It took my sight away. I can't see you anymore. I don't even
And
know
I'll-
where I am.
You're on Bloody Lane. I'm holding your arm. Behind us, Amara Hendricks. Ahead of us, the rest of the lane.
I have to walk.
Okay. And I lift him up, sling one arm around my shoulder. Let's walk.
No, I have to do it alone.
You're not doing it alone.
You can't. He'll kill you.
You're not doing it alone.
Kasim, please. Please.
No. Unfortunately, my risk factors protect Angelo at all costs, even if the danger is Angelo.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay, at least let me walk 100 feet by myself.
I'll be by your side every step of the way. And I let go of it. I place his arm off of my shoulders and I let go of his hand.
And we'll be right behind you. I'm sorry, but if I don't,
And when
if I
you stand
can't
up-
get out of this town, then I'd rather die here. So
Yeah, when you speak up, he kind of jumps. He's like, "Oh, hi, Hendrix."
Oh, I am very, very sorry for frightening you. Just
No,
know that we are here every step of the way.
And
I
we'll
just never
figure it out.
realized how loud you were until now.
You know, it comes with the personality.
It's really surprising, right? Just how you project, Hendrix. You really do.
If only it would get me somewhere, but I'm still here.
All those years, all that training.
All that training.
All right,
Life is but a stage.
um, sorry. He was like, "Is Amara here?"
Right behind us.
I'm here. She'll put a hand on the back of his shoulder and then let him go. We're here until the end. Just like I told you.
You're stuck with us. Sorry.
You all make me a promise.
Sure.
If something starts happening, promise me that you'll go back and tell everyone what you know and what you saw here. They need to know.
You mean if it comes down to it, we should abandon you here? Is that what you're asking me?
I know you're stubborn and I know you won't leave me, but just promise me if you have to.
I definitely wait for the other two to answer first.
I promise.
I promise.
We won't let
Sorry.
this get buried.
I promise to. And bullshit detector signs off.
We all promise. We'll just cover. We'll just cover.
We won't
You're
pinky
terrible.
promise, but we promise.
Kasim, you're a terrible liar.
And you're terrible at pushing me away.
So the four of you start walking forward. And so far it's just quiet. Nothing is really out of the ordinary. But as you all get a little further, probably about 200 feet in or so, Angelo starts to breathe a little heavier. He starts kind of sluggishly walking. It seems like it's getting harder for him to keep going forward, as if something is like pushing against him almost. He doesn't say anything because he doesn't want to worry any of you. So he keeps trying his best to go forward. But eventually he just stops and he kind of stumbles to the ground. And even when he's on the ground, he keeps trying to crawl forward, but he can't.
I pull him up, put his arm back around my shoulders. Do
And
you want
when
to
you
keep walking
do,
forward?
yeah, when you walk forward, he starts to wince in pain and he's like, stop, wait. Something's not letting me go any further. And suddenly you hear a crack. And you look down and you see that his foot has been pulled through the ground. And he looks down and he looks back up at all of you. And suddenly he starts getting pulled further down. It's like a yank.
I go and grab him.
And you grab him. You probably like grab his arm or something. And no matter how much you pull, it almost feels like you're about to pull it out of its socket because that's how hard you're pulling. And he's yanked down even more. And pretty soon, like, both of his legs are underneath the earth, and this darkness is coming up on his stomach, and he is clawing at the ground, and he's towards clawing towards Kasim, and he's clawing towards Amara, clawing towards you, Hendrix, and he is trying so hard to crawl out, but he can't.
Athletics. Do I roll athletics?
You can try.
It's a 5, but I'm going to spend that 1 point to make it a 6.
Okay. So you grab both of his arms, like probably like where his joints are, and you like put all of your body into it when you pull, and it makes some headway, and you can see like the top of his thighs, but then suddenly he's sunken back down even further. And suddenly one of his arms is pulled down, and then he kind of reaches out to all three of you, and he's like, tell them, please, just tell them.
I hold his arm and I don't let go no matter what happens.
And with a final yank, he's pulled down into the earth completely. And you stare in that spot where your
Kasim,
best friend just was. And he's gone. And that chill in the back of your neck starts spreading all over your bodies again. And your feet are stuck to the ground. You can't move your limbs. You can't turn to look at each other. It's as if you were just frozen. And you suddenly remember that Mother Gale is always watching. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
What a cheery game. You're on Gehenna Gaming.
So, let's take a minute to breathe.
deep breath all together. Deep breath.
No one breathes. Thank you all for coming to this one shot tonight in honor of Juneteenth.
Wait,
It was a lot, but we're going to go around the table and we're going to say our names, pronouns, who we played tonight, and where people can find you. And I guess like one thing you liked about the game, or you hated about the game, or that, you hate about me. Like, it doesn't matter.
No. I will come to your house and fight you.
what?
Don't make me cross the border for this nonsense. I will.
Do it. Do it.
Listen, it will
Enact
happen
the
one day.
plan. Enact the plan.
But let's start with Norden, since he wants to put threats out there to the universe.
My name is Norden Ali. My pronouns are he, him. Today I played Kasim Jivrani, whose pronouns are also he, him. You can find me on the interwebs at Werewolf Feels, or you can go to my website, my card, NordenAliKadir.card with 2 R's.co, where you can find the list of all the things I'm in, which is constantly updating the moment I'm allowed to tell you about those things. And there are some things that I'm not allowed to tell you about just yet. So keep your eyes peeled. One thing I liked or did not like about this session. I liked how it started off just unsettling. Like, I really appreciate that about horror, that it can ramp up. And that's something I think we really achieved today. And I'm very proud of it. I will add one more thing, because I want to leave you with this lovely fact. The largest owl by wingspan is the Blackiston fish owl, which has a wingspan of 2 meters or 6.5 feet. See you on Monday.
terrifying. That's terrifying. All right, Tenny.
Hello, I'm Tenny. My pronouns are she, her. I'm losing it here. Okay. I played Amara Sawafiri today, whose pronouns are also she, her. You can find me on Twitter or Twitch at It's Tenny with 2 Y's at the end. You can also find us just follow us on Twitter because we'll see with some projects we're not supposed to talk about yet.
Not supposed to talk about yet.
Yeah. That's about it. Follow me for some pita bread positivity and Palestine stuff on there.
And last, but certainly not least, Rocks.
Tinny, you didn't go over something that you liked.
Okay,
Or
I have a
disliked.
question instead. I have a question.
Mhm.
What was in the note?
To
What was in the
Kazim?
note? As soon as the what was in the note? 'Cause my feet were in the ground, but I have mobility in my arms. And I'd like to think that Amara Sawafiri would not let Kasim die. Without knowing.
Just werewolf, just casually
Without
drinking
knowing.
from the damn bottle. I will type it in the group chat later.
Thank you.
It's a secret.
And by group chat, I mean I will type it to werewolf later.
Wow!
You know what that's called? Romance.
Because you'll tell us in person.
That's really fucking cute. But that's really fucking cute. Okay.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rox. Tonight I played Hendrix Atkins. Both of our pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter at Rox the Wizard, talking about anime, TTRPG, and other various things. And you can find me here on Twitch, streaming games. Yeah. And one thing I liked about tonight, I'm a sucker for romance, and I loved the romance between Kasim and the other guy whose name I already forgot.
Wow.
Angelo.
How the fuck did you forget his
Because
name?
he's in the ground.
He's in the ground.
But yes, that was the cutest thing I have seen all week.
Also the owls.
The owls. I was
Owls.
shook every time.
I did not
Well,
intend for that to be a thing.
It was a lovely thing. It was lovely.
Rito, your turn.
Yeah, my name is Brito. I was the GM for tonight. You can find me on Twitter at Brito_ and also Twitch. Doing a lot of scary stuff on Twitch. I am currently playing Resident Evil 8. So that's fun. And I play Dead by Daylight too. I'm also a part of Sisters of the Fog, which is a Twitch team, and I do a lot of stuff with them as well. So please, after tonight, actually, no. What I loved about the game was you all. Because you all do some wonderful character work and some wonderful role play, and it's amazing. So
No.
thank you all
Thank
again for
you.
agreeing to do this. I appreciate it.
Thank you for DMing for
Yes.
us.
And making some
Wait.
compelling and real characters.
It's true.
I can't take compliments. So with that being said, please support the London Community United Against Hate Fund. It is for a very important cause, and that's one of the reasons why I chose it, is because it's not getting the attention that it deserves. And while Juneteenth is a celebration, obviously, for the Black community for so many reasons, within that celebration and within that unity, like, I truly believe that it's it's only appropriate to amplify brown voices as well. So please go check out the fund, donate to it if you can. It would mean the world to all of us, and it would mean the world to the people affected. And it will also be running on Gehenna Gaming as again on Monday night for the Monster Hearts game. They will also be raising funds for it then as well. And next Saturday is our final Pride Month charity one shot, featuring April Ray of Slady's Atlanta, and they will be supporting GLSEN. Glisten? Glisten? Is that how you say that? I hope so. So yeah, please go and support them as well. I hate that Pride Month is coming to an end, but then at the same time, what can you do? But thank you all for joining us on this wonderful Juneteenth evening. Happy Juneteenth to all the Black people that are watching right now. And we will see you later.